What is up, book nerds? We're doing an I Predict the Cincinnati Bengals season. I know the last few videos have been about some stinker teams. We're bringing back the quality with a playoff contending team. Let's get into it. Game 1. Usually the Bengals start slow. Not this season. They open up with a 34-3 blowout against the Patriots. They have no business keeping this game any closer. I mean, the Patriots, horrible on all fronts. They don't even have a top 100 player in the league on their roster. The Bengals have way too much firepower, and they have way too much competition to not go hard on the Patriots. Then you got a game against the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are a rough team to be playing, and this is when they kind of start slowly, but not really. I mean, 3-point loss to the defending Super Bowl champions. Usually the Bengals beat the Chiefs in the regular season, but this year the Chiefs get the better of them in a close shootout matchup. Then the Bengals get another win, scoring 30 points against the Commanders. Defense, they kind of keep it closer, but not really. 9-point difference, 30-21. Joe Burrow balling out this season, as well as Jamar Chase and most of that offense. And they get another easy game. They beat the Panthers handily, 34-12. This team has consistently scored 4 touchdowns every game they have played. Uh, Insanely great so far. And the Panthers just can't do anything. The Bengals lose to the Ravens 28-19. This is the first game of the season in which they don't score 4 touchdowns. Not even scoring 3. The Ravens defense just does enough to take down the Bengals offense. This is one of the few games in which Joe Burrow struggles. Most of their offense does struggle against the Ravens defense, and the Ravens are able to pull ahead for the win. Now, when you look at that scoreboard, I think I know what you're thinking. That it's insane, nobody in their right mind would ever let this happen, completely unrealistic. I know. I'm still predicting it anyway, and this is against my team, the Giants. The guy who predicts, I forgot his name, the guy who does like those crazy predictions is like a diehard Bears fan. He predicted my Giants being the Bengals. And as a Giants fan, I don't know what he's seeing. I honestly don't know. I mean, our team does not have much of anything to offer against. I mean, our offense is nowhere comparable. Our defense isn't even as good. I mean, the Bengals don't have a stellar defense, but our defense, it ain't going to be doing jack against their offense. I don't even think our offense could do anything against that defense. Then the Browns beat the Bengals 28-13. In my opinion, this is probably one of their worst offensive performances. I think this may actually be their worst offensive performance against the Browns' solid defense. This is going to be a struggle for the Bengals, is going against superpowered defenses. But they do well for the first half, and then let it slip away in the second half, falling to 4-3. Then the Bengals lose to the Eagles, another solid defense. They lose 27-20, lowering them down to 4-4, meaning they are badly losing their division rivalry to the Ravens. I won't tell you by how much. If you know, if from the Ravens video, you already know. If not, after this video, check out the Ravens video. But back to this game. Like one touchdown game, maybe like a Devonta Smith touchdown. Bengals win the game off that, and Bengals fall to 4-4. So our brain's a little confuzzled. It's the mid-season now, and the Bengals get a great win over the Raiders, 32-22. Another great offensive performance. Max Crosby serves as a big nightmare to Joe Burrow, but the team's able to pull through and get a win over a vastly inferior Raiders squad to get above 500. We have a top 10 game of the year contender, in my opinion. The Bengals lose this game in a last second heartbreaker, 27 to 20, 28 to 27. They tie up. They were so close to tying up this game, and they lose with missing the last field goal. Like a wide right situation, like a wide left. Let's change up the direction. And they lose this game in heartbreaking fashion, effectively giving the Ravens the division. They probably weren't winning it anyway, but now they've gone 0-2 against them. We got a good one on our hands. This one not as good as last game, but another fire game. Battle of the draft class. Joe Burrow v. Justin Herbert. Trading touchdowns like trading cards. Crazy game. 38 to 31 finish. A must watch. Bengals, top 3 team to watch this season. Battle for second place in the NFC North. Ravens have already locked it up in week 12. I think, give or take a week or two. But this game, it's an interesting one. Not as interesting as our last patch of games, but it does remain kind of close. Divisional game with some stakes to it. Bengals get the win because they're at home, and I think Joe Burrow may be the passing leader this year. Off of it, he's probably already leading in passing yards. Then they lose to the Cowboys. Another solid defense they gotta face. Good defenses, thorn in their side all season. They put up an alright performance, but Cowboys probably one of the most well-rounded teams in the league, but with some subpar coaching. But this ain't the playoffs, so the Bengals lose, Cowboys win. I thought I'd change it up a bit for this game. I'll make it 39 to 26. I don't think that's scoregami, but it's something different. See, the Bengals, they get their 4 touchdowns. Titans defense, it's good, not that great. Titans offense ain't that great either. But they are pretty good. But nowhere near as good as the Bengals. And Bengals win in interesting score fashion. The Bengals get their revenge on the Cleveland Browns for beating them earlier in the season. The Bengals are in kind of a tough predicament because they have to win out to make it to the postseason because this AFC postseason ain't like ones in years past. It is tough competition and you need 11 wins to make it in. So they need to win out. They get the win over the Browns. The Browns are already way up the postseason, and they are by far the worst team in the AFC North. All 3 teams have already at least gotten 9 wins, which the Browns won't. And at this point, it's best to just accept they're the worst team in the division. And so the Bengals get a win by 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals. And since this is probably the least interesting game on the Bengals list this season, I decided to make it a scoreagami. 38 to 18. Bengals win handedly. Broncos are in the tank right now. As well as going through a tank. Sean Payton's going through a rough ride. I don't even know who QB1 is on the Broncos. Granted, I don't even know if I care. Bengals win. The Bengals have way too much to compete for to not be a tanking team. Bengals finish out the season in a heartbreaker to my Pittsburgh Steelers with a loss 21 to 14. Steelers get the last second touchdown to clinch their spot in the postseason, while the Bengals fall to 10-7. This is a great way to end the season storyline wise because both Steelers and Bengals, this was a must-win game for the postseason. Whoever loses goes home empty-handed, while the winner goes on to the postseason. I think the Steelers maybe could make to the postseason if the Bengals would have beaten them, but a lot of things would need to happen. but the Steelers clinch either the 5 or the 6 seed. I think Bills get 5 seed, Steelers get 6 seed, Jaguars get 7th seed. And that is all for my I Predict Cincinnati Bengals video. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified when I upload next. See you in the next one. Peace.